and I wanted to show you that I wear a single Rudraksha. This is a one-mukhi Rudraksha. In fact, if you take it and you turn it around, there will be only one line in it. Can you see that line now? You should be able to see that line. See that? So it is a one-mukhi Rudraksha. When you take it round, there are no more lines. There are no more lines. There is only one line in it, and that is somewhere out here, which I just, yeah, this is the only line. Only furrow. It's a furrow, it's a line, it's a Rudraksha. It's called a one-mukhi Rudraksha. One-mukhi Rudraksha cannot be worn by everybody. You should not wear the one-mukhi until you have done certain sadhana for the purification. Some very hard sadhanas have to be done. And I had two of these from my elders, and one I got much later. I had one originally from my grandfather, and one I got little later. And I have not purchased them, never. I've always got them as gifts. And one I gave to my student, Shishya, Vishti Larsen, when he had done a sadhana, and I thought he was pure enough to wear it. I knew that he will do justice to it, so I gave him my Rudraksha. My Rudraksha mala itself, I took it out and I gave it to him. I told him, you deserve this, and you will wear it from now. And I used the other Rudraksha, second one I made into a mala. I wear my mala for my health, for my balance, for Shiva. Because I have a duty towards Shiva, which is this teaching, the work of teaching, and I wear it to fulfill this duty. And when I am done, I take it out and I keep it respectfully in its respectful place. You cannot, it is not something to, there are many people, somebody else will probably wear it like this. Huh? This is called fashion jewelry. Fashion jewelry Rudraksha. What is fashion jewelry? You wear the Rudraksha on the top of the dress. I mean, how is this going to benefit you spiritually? How is it going to benefit you in any way? This Rudraksha has to touch your skin. So take it inside and let it touch your body. If the Rudraksha doesn't touch your body, it is no use. Right? See, it's inside. There is no fashion jewelry out here. I'm not interested in it. What is critical is it must touch your skin, whether you're wearing it in your ears. I've seen many people wear it in the ears, it's hanging. We will come to all that. We will come to the sutras that are involved in this. And before we do that, now let us start the mantras. Let us start the Guru mantras. Om Gurave Namah. 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 So we start the first of the slides on Rudraksha. This one I have called Rudraksha Vidyā. I call it Rudraksha Vidyā because it is from Vidyeshwara Samhita. Vidyeshwara is Shri Ganesh, and because he's the Lord of Vidya, the Lord of knowledge, or the Devata associated with Vidya. Another name, what is Vidya? Who is Vidya? And the Mother Divine Parvati, Durga, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Radha, in whichever form we look at the Mother Divine, she is Vidya. So when we talk of Vidyeshwara, who is constantly sitting with the mother. Sometimes Shiva goes away for 1000 years of tapasya. So they say that Durga is alone, Parvati is alone. It's a very difficult time. Shiva has gone away for meditation, for his dhyana. Because by that meditation, he's transmitting the knowledge to all the rishis. And from the rishis, it is coming to the munis. And from the munis, it is coming to the brahmanas. That is how the transmission of knowledge is being done by Lord Shiva. And this transmission cannot happen if Lord Shiva is not going to do his meditation. So the question is, who protects the world at this time? Because Shiva has closed his eyes. The protection is being done by Durga, by Kali, who is bringing about spiritual growth. Radha, Parameshwari Kali, or Radha, she is going to give the spiritual path. Who is going to destroy the diseases in the body? The same mother. She takes the form of Kali and destroys the diseases. Who is going to give food to the world? The same mother in the form of Durga. So for doing anything, whether it is spiritual knowledge, you need Vidya, you need to know. You need somebody to teach you. You need to go to a school. And that school can be in the house, it is called homeschooling, or you can go to a formal school like an ashram. You see my point? How to eat food when food is served. Who is going to make food? Cooking is also a Vidya. So everything, whether it is food or learn, everything has a learning element associated with it. This learning element is called Vidya. And Vidya is the most important form of the Mother Divine because we associate all learning with the fourth house. And that is why it is called Vidya. And wherever she will sit, with her there is a Devta who sits. She has created him. He is Ganesha. So these two are sitting together and giving knowledge to all creatures all the time. That is Paravidya, the spiritual learning, or Aparavidya, the mundane learning. We don't say knowledge because it is not yet become knowledge. The learning is coming from the mother through Ganesh. Therefore, we say Vidyeshwara is a kind of a representative. Vidyeshwara is a representative of Shiva. For all learning purposes, and that is Ganesha. So when Vyasa wanted to write a book called Jaya, the name of the book was Jaya. That is the name of the book when he wrote it. Who was sitting with him all the time in perfect Mauna Vrata? It was Ganesha. So without Ganesha, without Vidyeshwara, Vidya cannot come. And from which house does Vidya come? It comes from the fourth house. That is why it is from the fourth house that we choose Rudrakshas. Fourth, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, like that. But we take the fifth lord, the Mantresha, and from like this we see it. I have given a list of that. We will come into details of that. So these are teachings of the Shiva Mahapuran on Rudraksha, Vidyeshwara Samhita. But there are other books also. There is the Jabali Upanishad. It is a fantastic source for Rudraksha. Fantastic source. There are a lot of thin books I have seen in the market. Somebody, Avinash, one of my students, He sent me one book. It is a fantastic book, Guruji. You should read it. I was smiling away. Yes, it's an old book. If somebody has done some good work in that, I don't doubt it. But one should learn from the original sources. So let us continue the learning. The first, what is Rudraksha? Iliocarpus ganitrus. It is the evergreen, broad-leaved tree. Tiliaceae family. Those are all zoology terminology. The whole idea is to help you to identify this tree. This tree is very peculiar to India. It is very peculiar that this tree is available in India. It is also available in many parts of Asia. Why is it available in Asia? There is something beautiful about this tree. It says it holds the tears of Lord Shiva. There are 36 sister species, including the Rudraksha tree. There are totally 36 trees in this family. As you know, there are 36 Drakana. And these 36 Drakana are distributed all over the world. And on the basis of the distribution of the 36 Drakana all over the world, accordingly, these Rudraksha trees are 36 also. The tree takes 7 years to mature. This is called Ketu Dasha. The period of Ketu is 7 years. So the tree takes 7 years to mature and bear the blue colored fruit. Oh, so what is the color of the fruit? It is blue in color. What is it trying to show? Shani. Some kind of a sorrow, some kind of a tears. Okay, so the blue colored fruit is symbolic of Shani fruit. It is a fruit of Shani. The fruit shows. When does the fruit show up? The fruit shows up when the sun is in Leo. Very interesting. That is the time when we see the fruit. So the time when we see the fruit decides where the tree belongs. For example, mango grows. You will see mango, when the sun is in Taurus. When the sun is in Taurus, you will see the mango, the fruit mango. That is why we say mango is associated with Taurus. Mango is the fruit of Taurus, and Rudraksha is the fruit of Leo. But what is it? Why is it blue in color? Because you see, the whole power of the Rudraksha is to deal with the sorrow of the world. Every kind of dukkha, every kind. Sorrow has multiple versions. Shani has multiple versions. And the remedy for Shani is Surya. The remedy for Shani Dasha is Shri Ram, who is Surya Avatar. The remedy for Shani Dasha is Rama, who is Surya Avatar, because he can remove the negative effects of Shani Dasha because he has himself suffered it, and he converted into a Dasha of lifetime achievement. The fruit shows up when the sun is in Leo and matures when it is in Virgo. The maturity of the fruit is not what decides where that fruit is to be shown. So the Rudraksha is associated with which Rashi? It is associated with Leo. Which house is this? Fifth house. Mango is associated with which Rashi? Taurus. Which house is that? Second house. So remember, the fruit for the second house is mango. The fruit for the fifth house is Rudraksha. That is why we say that the Rudraksha is associated with Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is the Pratyadi Devata of Surya. The natural fifth house is Leo, and therefore the Rudraksha are known from the Mantresha. Fifth Lord gives us the fruit of the fifth house, right? Fruit of the fifth house is coming from the fifth Lord. Fifth Lord is going to connect me to the fruits of the fifth house. And what fruit is that? That is called the Rudraksha. Now, normally, these are five mukhi. The name for that is called Panchanana Shiva. That is, normally Shiva has five faces. Normally Lord Shiva is having five faces. That is why normally Rudraksha will have five faces. The five-face Rudraksha is called Panchanana Shiva. It is very auspicious to use five-mukhi Rudraksha for japa. For mantras like your Panchakshari mantra, namaḥ, śivāya, śivāya, and those mantras, Panchamukhi Rudraksha is the best for japa. So the mala should be made ideally, normally, of Panchamukhi Rudraksha. And the head bead, the head will depend upon the fifth Lord. So there are two factors to a mala. One is the mala bead and the other is the head bead. The mala bead is based upon your mantra. The head bead is based upon your mantresha. Mantra and mantresha. So normally we do Panchakshari mantra, so we use Panchanana Shiva. And then fifth Lord or mantresha will be the head bead. What kind of Rudraksha should I wear? What kind of Rudraksha should I use? You must use only round Rudraksha beads from 2 mukhi to 27 mukhi. These are meant for public purpose. So the public or the public people like you, like anybody, is allowed to use from 2 mukhi to 27 mukhi. That is what is permitted. This is the permission. You have automatic permission for this. You are having permission for this. You don't need to ask anybody to use this. If you think you need it, according to your horoscope, you can use the Rudraksha. But to use a one mukhi, you need permission. Or higher mukhi, you need permission. Normally, what do we do in the parampara? In the parampara, we say that look, from 4 mukhi to 15 mukhi, you use as per horoscope. Anything else, you please take permission. So you can see, Achyuta parampara is more strict. It is a more strict parampara. We are more careful. Why are we careful? 2 mukhi to 27 mukhi is allowed for public. Okay, let us say, what about three-mukhi Rudraksha? Can they use three-mukhi Rudraksha? Yes, yes, they can use. According to the Shiva Mahapuran, people can use three-mukhi Rudraksha. What is three-mukhi Rudraksha? It is Agni Rudraksha. Oh, so these people will wear Agni Rudraksha around their neck and walk around. Then they will go to the toilet by mistake with the Agni Rudraksha. Can you imagine what Agni Dev will do to you? So that is why the parampara is very, very careful. That look, you must only use from 4-mukhi to 15-mukhi. Your head bead of the mala should be from 4-mukhi to 15-mukhi based upon the house on which your mantresha, fifth lord, is placed. Clear? The mala beads, Panchamukhi is sufficient. Frankly, it is sufficient. Next point, use round beads only for spiritual purposes, for healing purposes, for any kind of remedy purposes. You will only use round beads. Remember that. Be very, very particular that the beads have to be round. Why do the beads have to be round? Because your head is round. If your head is flat, you can use flat bead. If your head is long, you can use long bead. But fortunately or unfortunately, your head is round. So you will use round beads only. One-mukhi Rudraksha is the right of royalty only. Do not take this without permission. Who is permitted to use this? Rajam, Raja Jyotisham, Raja Guru, Raja Karakam. So basically the king, Rajan, Raja Guru, the Guru, like Vasishtha, who was the Guru of Sri Ram, he is the Raja Guru. So he can use Rudraksha Ekmukhi. Raja Jyotisham, the Jyotisha of the Rajan, he can use a one-mukhi Rudraksha. And Raja Amatya, the chief minister of the Raja Guru, of the king, of the Rajan, he can use. So those who are directly associated, they can use it. Number one. Two, they can permit other people to use it. Right. My grandfather was Raj Jyotish of Odisha, gave it to me. I am now empowered. I got empowered. My Shishya, Vishti Larsen, did some tapasyas when he was in Puri. He wore dhoti for 1 year. He was bare body most of the time. Sometimes he wore something on top. It was too hot, that is why. Maybe he didn't have clothes, I don't know. But he did tapasya all the time. All the time. In the evening, he had to do Bagala. Why? Because you are in Jagannath Puri. She is Vaishnava Parama Shakti. Parama Vaishnava Shakti is Bagala. Bagala Mukhi is Vidya and is absolute purity. So he did that very seriously, and when I thought he passed it, I gave him the Rudraksha, one Mukhi. Therefore, he is empowered to give to others, but he should be careful. Okay, so you understood the one-mukhi Rudraksha and its transmission. It just cannot be given around. You can't buy it. Maybe you can buy it from the market and then seek permission from Vishti that kindly bless it and give it, or then maybe he will give it to you. I don't know. Don't ask me. I am not inclined to give to anybody else now. Okay, we take a break from this slide. What is auspicious? This is Vidyeshwara Samhita, chapter 25, shlokas 2 to 7. I am giving you the direct translations as done by me. Okay. You can check up the shlokas from the text. Over the internet, I am not inclined to give these shlokas, to read out the shlokas. Some of them I will read because the mantra I have to teach. Otherwise, I am not inclined to do that. That is why I have told everybody, buy the book. And when you read 25.2 to 7, you can go open the book and check the shlokas if you know Sanskrit. Otherwise, trust my translation. Rudraksha is an extremely auspicious bead. Why is it so auspicious? Because it can pull the total negativity of the Shani and Rahu and Mangal and all these fellows. Every kind of tamas it can burn. It can remove every kind of tamas. Burning power is there in two things. Burning power is there in the stem. In two things that is burning. What burns? How do we burn the sin? One is the stem of tulasi. Why stem? Why not fruit? Why stem? Why not fruit? I will teach you later. And it is in the fruit of Rudraksha. So they are totally different things. You observe. It is in the stem of the tulasi. It is not in the fruit of the tulasi. The fruit of the tulasi is absolutely different. The fruit of the tulasi is absolutely different. Tulasi is never offered to Lord Shiva. Never. Because Tulasi is her original name is Vrinda Devi. She is very angry with Lord Shiva. Because as far as she is concerned, she was married to a very handsome, very powerful Shiva avatar called Jalandhara. He is associated with the matted locks, the jata of Lord Shiva. But she did not know that, and even if she knows, she says, that's not important. Jalandhara is my husband, and Lord Shiva killed Jalandhara. Lord Shiva killed his own avatar, Jalandhara. Lord Shiva killed his own avatar, Jalandhara. Why? To bring him back. Jalandhara says, I don't want to go back to the head of Shiva. I am happy in this Indra Loka, Swarga Loka. I don't want to go. So Lord Shiva had to fight him and bring him back. So Shiva brought him back, and Shiva is now trying to explain to Tulasi, like, she must understand. This is my hair. I got my hair back. It is my hair. Tulasi says, no. Once you have cut the hair and you have thrown the hair was mine. How can you take him back? Very interesting. Let us say you have some hair on your head and you chop the hair and then you sell the hair to a wig maker. Wig maker makes a wig out of that hair and sells the hair, that wig, to a lady who is bald. The lady wears that wig and she says, this is my hair now. Can you go to that lady and tell, no, that is my hair, give it back? The lady will say, of course not. This is my wig. I bought this wig. This is my hair. Now think about it. So from the point of view of Tulasi, she says, this is mine. Jalandhara is my husband. Why did you slay him? And if you are the enemy of my husband, you will be my enemy. I will never ever disrespect my husband. Tulasi. Vishnu listens to the whole conversation And then Tulasi, in her anger, she starts burning. Her whole body burns and she starts burning the earth. So Vishnu lifts her on his head and he places Tulasi on his head because he is Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham. So what happens is, when Vishnu puts any fire on his head, the fire comes down. Vishnu does not burn. Vishnu cannot burn. So you see the power of Vishnu. So the burning of sin is done by the stem of the tulasi, never by the fruit. Because the fruit of the tulasi is widowhood. Tulasi became a widow. The fruit of the tulasi is widowhood. So never ever offer the fruit of the tulasi to any devata. If you offer the fruit of the tulasi to a devata, widowhood is guaranteed for you. What is the fruit of the Rudraksha? Why do we offer the fruit of the Rudraksha? Because this fruit of the Rudraksha is glowing blue and purple in color, sucking up the sins in my body. It is pulling it out. Therefore, the Rudraksha is an extremely auspicious bead, which is dearest of Lord Shiva. Why? Because he is doing the work of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva cannot see the suffering of people. And therefore, who is helping him? The Rudraksha tree is helping him. This Rudraksha tree is a very helpful tree. It is helping all the creatures. Whichever creature is going to wear the Rudraksha on their body, then Rudraksha will help them. If you are wearing it as fashion jewelry, then it is different matter. How do we use the Rudraksha? The second shloka continues. We use it for japa in a rosary, or we use it for wearing, and all sins are destroyed. Sarva papanashanam. Sarva papanashanam. Not a single sin will be left. He'll wipe them out like water cleaning all the dirt. Shiva has done penance for 1000 Deva Varsha. You see that I was telling you now? Lord Shiva left Parvati and went away to the jungles to do tapasya, to the Himalayas, high, cold, choppy winds out there, only snow-capped mountains. No living beings don't go and hang around there. Shiva went there to do tapasya for 1000 years. Who else did tapasya like this? Atri did. Atri followed Shiva. And he goes and also does tapasya for 1000 Deva years. And that is the power of Atri. That is why the Rig Veda only he can understand. Nobody else could understand the Rig Veda. All the rishis received the Rig Veda. Many rishis received it, but they all could not understand everything. Only Atri understood it and he put it in sakhas so that people could study it and learn it. Then, being self-possessed with the thought of creation, Loka Prakriti, the creation of the worlds, he opened his eyes and his mind got disturbed. Oh, so then when our eyes are closed, our mind is not disturbed. When our eyes is open, our mind is disturbed. When we are sleeping, our mind is not disturbed. When we are awake, our mind is disturbed. When we are sleeping, our mind is getting rest because it is not disturbed. When we are awake, our mind does not get rest because it is continuously disturbed. What an important teaching this is. So closing the eyes and opening the eyes is such an important thing. So when I am listening to this Shiva Mahapuran being told, do I have to open my eyes or do I have to close my eyes? If you have read what is written over here, then you can close your eyes. You can allow the mind to rest. But is the mind fully resting? It is not. because sound is coming from the ears, and the sound which is coming from the ears is going to the mind. It is indriya bhoga. The mind or the manas is having indriya bhoga. When we open the eyes, the sun or the vision, that is the 10th house, is getting activated. Sunrise is Udaya Lagna. So Surya Lagna, Chandra Lagna, and Janma Lagna are the three eyes. So this is Surya Lagna, this is Chandra Lagna, and Janma Lagna. These are the three eyes of Lord Shiva. When the eyes are open, the mind is disturbed, indicating that our indriyas are actually disturbing the mind. They are poking, Mama, Mama, listen to me, Mama, Mama, listen to me. The mind is like a mother, and these indriyas are like children. They are 5 children. These 5 children are continuously disturbing the mother, continuously, in the form of information, and that is called Jnana Indriya. Jnana Indriyas are the ones who are poking the mother all the time. Mama, Mama, listen to me, Mama, Mama, listen to me. And the mind, the mama, the mother, the mind is continuously listening and serving the welfare of the children, the indriyas. And the mind does so absolutely as a duty, not as the way a mother looks after a child with that love and affection and the care. Like that, the manas is listening to the indriyas. And having listened to them, then the manas is telling the indriyas, okay, you do this, okay, you do this, okay, you do this. And these jnana indriyas are taking of control of a part of the body called karmendriya, and then the body is now functioning. So jnana indriyas is coming from the outside information, and the manas is processing it and passing on the command to the karmendriyas, and the karmendriyas are now doing the command, are now obeying the order of the mind. So who is giving the order? The mind is giving the order. Who received the information? The mind received the information. Who disturbed the mind? The indriyas disturbed the mind. We are understanding one thing from here very clearly, that sleep is very, very important for the mind to get some rest and to recover. People who don't sleep are close to insanity. Don't consider yourself to be perfectly sane. According to Lord Shiva, a person to be 100% sane, 100% perfectly sane mind, you should have slept for 1000 years. Not just ordinary years, Deva years. 1000 Deva years you should go to sleep. Then your mind will become like that of Shiva, like that of the great Mahamuni Atri, the Devarshi Atri. Even the Devas will line up to touch his feet. He has the power to kick the Devatas out of heaven and put them back, to kick the Grahas out of their place and put them back. That is the power of Atri. He is a Deva Rishi. Who is the other Deva Rishi? Narada. Narada is another very powerful Deva Rishi. So we will come to this gradually and understand these Rishis' powers. But the powers ultimately of all the Rishis, their power is in this Manakshetra. That is the reason why they are superior to the Devatas. Because Manakshetra is the Soma Mandala. Soma Mandala is from the neck to the above the head, about 2 feet above the head. That is the entire Soma Mandala. It is not just ending on top of your head. It stretches beyond that. You cannot see it, doesn't mean it is not there. So you must remember that the Soma Mandala is the place of the Rishis. The place of the Devatas is in the Surya Mandala. From your navel or your hip till your neck. From your navel to your neck, that region is called the Surya Mandala, the Saura Mandala. These are the names, and the Devatas are there. So who is at a higher level in your body? The Rishis are at a higher level because they are in the Soma Mandala. The Devatas are in the Saura Mandala. Okay. We also learned a very important thing, that for the Manas to be absolutely normal, to be calm, to be self-possessed, we must sleep properly. And that is critical for our body and for our mind connection. The body-mind connection will get disturbed if we don't sleep properly. So you must learn Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is another name for Subhadra. Yoga Nidra is her blessing. She is Yoga Nidra. Every day you should do Yoga Nidra and go to sleep. Drops of tears fell on the ground from half-opened eyes. You see, when Lord Shiva finished his meditation and there was a small flutter, his eyes gradually opened and tears came out of those eyes. What were those tears? If Shiva has been in meditation for 1000 Deva years, there can be no thought in his mind. When you go to sleep, most of the time, you have such deep sleep that when you wake up, there is no thought in your head. Are you thinking of something? Sometimes you have dreams and talks and all that, but most of the time it is normal, good sleep. You sleep and you wake up and that's it. You don't even remember how the time has passed. It is life. You went to sleep and you woke up. That's it. The time in between doesn't exist. Like that. That's a good sleep. So when Shiva has been in meditation for 1000 Daiva Varsha, obviously there are no thoughts. Shunya. Perfect Shunya. In that perfect Shunya, when he opens his eyes and tears are coming out, it cannot be tears of crying. Was he crying? No. To cry, you need sorrow. Then what is this? This is called Chakshu Abhishek. Aha. What is it called? It is called Chakshu Abhisheka. These tears come out of the eyes even from human beings and animals. Sometimes water naturally comes out of the eyes in order to wash the eyes. They are washing the eyes. They are cleansing the eyes. So it is basically for washing and cleansing and purifying the eyes, purifying the vision. The vision will get clarity. The eyes will open further. And the water that fell from his eyes, it fell all over Brahmanda. And from there, Rudraksha trees were born. These Rudraksha trees were born from the tears that came out of the eyes of Shiva when he came out of meditation. So, which is the house of meditation? 12th house is the house of meditation. So therefore, if 12th house is the house of meditation and these tears are falling, where did they fall? From where did they fall? They fell from the Kailash and they went down and they fell through the nakshatra mandala in a particular nakshatra called Ardra nakshatra. Where is Ardra nakshatra? It is in Gemini. So Gemini must be 12th house of Shiva. So where is Shiva? So Shiva Lagna is Cancer. So sun in Cancer, we say sun in Cancer, Shiva. Therefore we say when Surya is in Karka Rashi, it is Shiva. It is like Shiva because Shiva cannot have a form. The real Shiva cannot have a form. So what is the closest that we can think of Shiva? The closest we can think of Shiva is Karka Rashi. When Surya is in Karka Rashi, in Karka Masha, moon becomes the focus of Surya. Varuna Aditya, the Aditya of the Jala, the Aditya of the waters are empowered, the waters are having soul energy. The soul energy of Surya has entered the water. And this, the meditation house from here is Mithuna Rashi. Meditation is done in which nakshatra then? If opening of the eyes, see there are 3 nakshatras. Nakshatra number 5, Mrigashira. 6th nakshatra, Ardra. And 7th nakshatra. So Mrigashira is doing meditation. 6th nakshatra is coming out of meditation. As far as Karka Rashi is concerned. So like that you have to know the 3 nakshatras in the 12th house. Okay, I think that much is good for now. We will take a break. The Rudraksha trees being fixed. Look at the word. Very cleverly, they are hinting being fixed. Sthira. Leo. Were given to Vishnu devotees and the 4 Varna. They were fixed and were given to Vishnu devotees. Very specifically mentioned. Shiva first gave it to Vaishnavas. He did not give it to the Shaivas first. Interesting, huh? Lord Shiva first gave the Rudraksha trees to the Vaishnavas. He did not give it to the Shaivas first. Why? Because he knew one thing for sure. The Vaishnavas respect plants more than the Shaivas. The Vaishnavas have highest respect for Tulsi. The Vaishnavas are much more pure as far as purity is concerned. So therefore he first gave it to Vishnu devotees. And he made a rule. Shloka 7 of chapter 25 Vidyeshwara Samhita. If you are a devotee of Vishnu, the normal restrictions will not apply to you for wearing Rudraksha. You can wear Rudraksha anytime. You can use Rudraksha anytime. It will work. How interesting, huh? You see, he did not talk about Shiva devotees, that okay, first I will give to my Shiva devotees. No, first it will go to Vishnu. And who did this? Atri did it. The rishi who took the Rudrakshas and first gave it to the Vishnu devotees was Atri. For some reason, Atri liked them very much and he gave it to them. Chalo, you can take. So when they asked caste this, that, he said, you are a devotee of Vishnu. What caste are you talking about? True devotees of Vishnu, what caste are you talking about? Caste will only work for those people who are in sansar. A true devotee cannot be in sansar. It is not possible. A true devotee of Jagannath cannot be in sansar. He will leave sansar. He will walk away from sansar. So therefore, the Vishnu devotee being talked about in this Vidyeshwara Samhita is a Vaishnava sannyasi. Okay? Just clarifying everything. And the four varna. So we have to come to four varnas later. We have to learn. You have to learn what is the meaning of this four varna, Chatur varna. What is Chatur varna in the eyes of Lord Shiva? Shiva's eyes. What does he think? Not what you think or what some fellow out here in some temple is thinking. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. When you die, you will be dragged by Yama to Narka, where you will be beaten, you will be boiled, you will be fried. They will put nails under your feet and ask you to dance. You cannot imagine the suffering. No matter how big a Brahmin in which temple you have been. So when it comes to Shiva Mahapuran, nobody escapes. There are no escapes. So Varna is based upon what Shiva decides is your Varna. Wow. So Shiva is talking about a totally different Varna system called the spiritual Varna. We have to learn this also. We have to learn spiritual Varnas because this is what matters. Your body may be a Brahmin body, your body may be a Vaishnav body, your body may be, Vaishya body, your body may be a Shudra body. Shiva says, I don't care. Shiva is very clear. He doesn't care what your body is. That is Brahma. That is Brahma's job. I mean, take it away from me. Otherwise, I will chop another head. So, generally, when it comes to Rudra, they say, okay, don't lose it. Fine. What is your only one Varna matters for me? Spiritual Varna. And that is all that will matter. Whenever you are in doubt, think that I am talking to Sri Hanuman. Can I convince him that look, this body is a Shudra body, this body is a Brahmin body, and you look at Hanuman, then Hanuman will say, what body do I have? Do I have a Brahmin body? No. Do I have a Kshatriya body? No. Do you have a Vaishya body or a Sudra body? No. Then what body do you have? You have a Vanara body, half animal. You are having Vanar body. That is why Hanumanji will lose his head. He said, don't talk to me about body, because body doesn't decide bhakti. Bhakti is the spiritual Varna. So whenever you are in doubt, talk to Hanumanji, and Hanumanji will guide you. All the rubbish will come out from your head. I am Brahmin, I am this, I am that. It will completely come out. Hanumanji will remove all those weaknesses from your system and put the truth in front of you. And you see, Hanumanji was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. After all, he was an avatar. So by implication, other than Shiva devotees and Vishnu devotees, people of the four Varna and Vaishnava are allowed to wear Rudraksha. Others are excluded and should. Who are others? Others are excluded and should not be given or recommended. Now, who are others? Four Varnas have been included. Rudraksha are protective and used by Shaiva, Vaishnava, and the people of the Chatur Varna. Rudraksha are not for atheists. Rudraksha is not meant for the atheists. Absolutely don't give it to them. There is a hierarchy to the power of the Rudraksha with Gauda Desha, Bengal, quality being number one. According to the Shiva Mahapuran, the Gauda Desha Rudraksha. Gauda Desha means, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. You know where the Gaudiya Vaishnavas come from, right? Gauda Desha, Gaudiya Vaishnava, Bengal, Nadia. And from there, and Nepal, Bengal, Nepal region is called Gaudiya region. The best Rudraksha is from that region. That is why the Vaishnavas of Gauda got the Rudraksha first. The first and best quality Rudraksha grew in Gauda Desha, which is Bengal and Nepal, and later it went to Mathura and Ayodhya. You observe the names, Gauda Desha, then the name Mathura, this is Krishna Janmabhoomi. Then it went to Ayodhya, this is Ram Janmabhoomi. And then Malayachala, Malayachala is Kerala, South India. And then from there it went to Indonesia and other places. So that is the order of the Rudrakshas, quality. This is easy to understand. The 4 varnas you have to learn later. I think with this I will end for today. Thank you very much. Rudraksha is so important and so serious that it is very specifically dealt with in the Vidveshwara Samhita of the Shiva Mahapurana. So you must understand how important, how spiritual, how beneficial this Rudraksha is. And you must understand it. So that tomorrow when somebody is talking some nonsense, oh, Vaishnavas, they wear only Tulsi, or Shaivas only wear Rudraksha, you tell them, why are you opening your mouth and declaring to the world, I am a fool, I am a fool? Why are you declaring it? We know you are a fool, but why are you declaring it? Why are you proving it to people? So never open your mouth if you have not read. So be very, very clear. Rudraksha are meant for healing. Rudraksha are fruits. Tulasi is the stem. Arka is the root. We will go into different parts of different trees sometime when we learn nakshatra, so that we can understand how different parts of a tree have different value. Okay, thank you.